How to protect your money from online scammers. Hello viewers, my name is Shenoy and I am a crime thriller writer. I am the author of the Vikram Rana mystery series and my latest book is a true crime story named The Hyderabad Heist. It has been published by Rupa Publications and I have worked closely with the Hyderabad police for this story. Today I am going to discuss something about online scams and scammers. What exactly is an online scam? Online scams can be various ways when we go over the internet and we use internet for daily purposes like shopping, or we go to the social media, post something on Facebook, Instagram, and there are scammers who are monitoring you on and they will try to find your weaknesses and they will try to take advantage of these. Now online scams could be sextortion, it could be somebody offering you a loan, or it could be somebody offering you a job, this work from home, earn lots of money, this kind of stuff. Okay, so let's talk today about sextortion specifically. Sextortion, what exactly is sextortion? Sextortion is an online scam where the online scammers get access to your intimate photos or videos, and then they will try to blackmail you by threatening to shame you in public. They will threaten to make your intimate videos viral or something of that sort they will do, and they will extract money from you. Now, to explain exactly what is a sextortion crime, let's take some real life examples. These things have really happened. And before I go into the real life examples, let me also tell you that sextortion can happen to anybody across all strata of society. Please don't think that only uneducated people can fall victim to sextortion or something like that. In fact, as per the police records, there are every day 500 cases lodged in police stations about sextortion rackets, and this is only 0.5% of the registered cases. So in real life you can imagine like how many sextortion cases are scams are going on all across India. So having said that, I'll like to mention about another India Today article that was published on 8th August 2023, where it was reported that the ex-chief minister's aide of Karnataka, the chief minister of Karnataka, his aide was scammed by scamsters by sextortion, and he lost 6.48 lakhs. So as you can see that this kind of sextortion cases can happen across all strata of our society, and anybody can fall victim to these sextortion scammers. So as I said, let's take a real life example. Let's take the case of Ram. Ram is a widower. That means what has happened is that Ram lost his wife very recently. He's a 67-year-old government employee, and he has retired, and now he loved and cherished his wife very much, but now after her passing he feels very lonely. One day what happened was that he was coming out of the bathroom and he received a call on WhatsApp. He did not notice that it was a video call, and he accepted the call, and at the other end of the call there was a woman, and she started stripping off her clothes as soon as he took the call. Unknown to him, the scammers, this lady was part of a gang, and the scammers were actually video recording the entire thing. So as I said, Ram is kind of slow-witted, is becoming old, and his reflexes are not as it used to be. And so he took about 2 minutes to realize that this is something hanky-panky going on, and he quickly cut the call. But by this time, the scammers had enough material, and after some time, this lady called him up and threatened to make this video call viral, and unless he paid money. She threatened that the videos will be uploaded on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, etc., etc., and he will be shamed in public unless he paid up some money. Now Ram, he had not done anything wrong really, right? So he just accepted a video call from an unknown number. So he thought, oh okay, there's nothing much going to happen. He simply blocked this lady's call and he sat tight. But the next day what happened was he received an audio call on WhatsApp. Now, you know, when you receive a audio call, sometimes you get the profile picture of the person calling, right? This profile picture was that of a inspector, police inspector. He was dressed in a police uniform. So this guy, he introduced himself as a DCP, Deputy Commissioner of Police, and he said that he has arrested a lady named Urvashi, and that he has found compromising photos of Ram with this lady, and that he will be asked to come to court and testify against this woman. Now Ram coaxed and cajoled this police officer and said, no, this is something, I have not done anything wrong, I don't want to be involved in this kind of stuff, and I don't want to be produced in court. Then the DCP said, no, it is quite possible that even if I believe you, others may not believe that you had not indulged in online sex with this lady. So you have to come to court and testify. But Ram again coaxed and cajoled and begged, and then this DCP said, okay, reluctantly he said, okay, I will try to keep you out of this case, but you must ensure that none of these videos are available over the social media. Otherwise I can't save you, you know. Actually, this call was not at all from a DCP. The police were not even aware of anything like this happening. What the scammers had done, of the part of the same gang as this woman, they had picked up a profile of a real DCP from Facebook, and then they had pasted that in the DP profile of the WhatsApp, and they had made this call. But this DCP was very convincing. He was using jargons like, you know, interrogation will be produced in court, you have to testify, and all this kind of stuff. And so Ram was really convinced that he was talking to a police officer, real police officer. So Ram, what he did was, this DCP, before he cut the call, he gave the number. He said that I have interrogated Urvashi, and after strong interrogations, this Urvashi has given me the number of our social media manager. You can talk to this manager and ensure that none of your videos are available over the internet. So Ram took the number and he called up this number, and the so-called social media manager, he said, okay, I will delete this video, but you must pay me 5,000 rupees at least for this video to be deleted. So Ram paid up the money, but he was still worried obviously. So, but his worries, his worries was correct, because the next day the same so-called social media manager called him up and he said that he has not deleted the video, but Ram must pay 25,000 rupees for him to really delete these videos. So Ram paid up another 25,000 rupees, and after this, this time he was smarter, so he said that you must show me proof that the video has really been deleted. So after then the social media manager said, okay, I will show you proof, but you have to pay me another 45,000 to show you this proof that the videos have been deleted. So Ram paid out another 45,000, and he was shown the proof that the videos have been deleted, and he breathed the sigh of relief. So Ram totally lost around 67,000 rupees, and he lost all this money simply because he had accepted a WhatsApp call, a video or WhatsApp call from an unknown number. This is the case of Ram. Let's now take the case of Anushri. Anushri is around 60 years old, a widow. Her husband has passed away about 5 years back. He was her friend and companion and everything, and she still misses her till today. Husband was a good, successful doctor, and she is quite well off. But she is based out of Delhi, but she is quite lonely. Her daughter is actually settled in England, and there is nobody staying with her, and she is alone. But she has lots of friends in the society of the apartment where she is staying, and she goes and she's friends with all of them, and she goes to kitty parties and all that stuff. But still, she feels lonely, and she feels something lacking in her life. So when she received a Facebook friend request from an unknown person named Ritesh, she looked at that profile, and she found that this Ritesh is a pediatrician who was in Delhi but has now moved to Dallas in US. So she thought, okay, this is a pediatrician, so must be maybe my husband's my husband's friend or something. So she accepted the friend request. After she accepted the friend request, what she did was, this Ritesh, he messaged her and said, thank you for accepting my friend request. And what has happened, about a week back, Anushri, it was her husband's 5th death anniversary, and she had posted his photo on her Facebook feed, and she had written how much she missed him and all that. So now Ritesh, when he looked at this post, he said, oh, I am so shocked. I didn't know your husband has died. You remember I met you in this party, in this doctor's party in Delhi that had happened long back. Anshu did not remember, but she thought maybe that is really the case. So anyway, soon Ritesh was regularly messaging Anushri, and Anushri was also messaging him back, and gradually a trust built up between Ritesh and Anushri gradually opened up to Ritesh. After some time, the messages became more flirty, and soon Anushri began to get emotionally attached to Ritesh. She even shared her mobile number, and Ritesh and she regularly chatted on WhatsApp. So Anushri felt less lonely now that she had another companion who was gradually stepping into her husband's shoes. Then one day Ritesh told her that he was coming to Delhi, and because he still owned an apartment in Delhi and he wanted to sell it off, so he was coming to Delhi. By the way, Ritesh had also told her that his wife had passed away, and he was also lonely, basically. And that's how the emotional affair started between Anushri and Ritesh. So Ritesh said that he is coming to Delhi, and he even sent her a copy of the air ticket, and told her that she should come and meet him in the airport. So Anushri was very happy. In fact, she was ecstatic that she was finally going to meet the man she liked so much, and hoped that something more can develop once she was physically present in Delhi. So she went to the airport, and the flight from Dallas landed. But what she found was many Americans and many Indians came out, but Ritesh was not among them. So she waited for another 2 hours, and Ritesh's phone was coming switched off. She thought maybe it's still in the airplane mode or something. But even after 2 hours, when he didn't appear, she left, and she took a cab back home. While she was going back home in the cab, Ritesh called, and he said that he had brought some of his wife's jewelry from the US, and the custom officers had found those jewelry on him, and they were asking for custom duty. So he said that he doesn't have so much money. They were asking for 5 lakhs. He said he doesn't have so much money in cash, in Indian currency. So he told her, can you please transfer this money to my account? I will pay the custom official, and then I'll be free to come out of the airport, and then I'll meet you directly at your home. So Anushri was happy finally to hear from Ritesh, and because they have built up trust over a period of 6-7 months, she was happy to transfer this. She directed her cab to take her to the nearest ICICI bank, and there she did the transfer of 5 lakhs to Ritesh's account. She was finally feeling happy that she's finally going to meet Ritesh, and anyway Ritesh was going to come out of the airport, and after he encashed his dollars, he will obviously give her back the 5 lakhs. So she was happy to be helping. After this, what happened was, when she arrived home after transferring the money, she received another call. This time the call was from the Enforcement Directorate office. This ED officer, he said that they have arrested Ritesh for money laundering. Now Anushri was puzzled what is happening. She said, no, this man doesn't do any money laundering. He's a pediatrician, I know him. You should not arrest him. But the ED officer said, no, we have to arrest him. But after much cajoling, he reluctantly agreed to let Ritesh out on bail, and he said that Anushri should post the bail money, then only Ritesh will be released from custody. So Anushri said, okay, I'll come to the airport, to the police station, to the Delhi airport police station, and I'll pay up the money, and I'll also meet Ritesh. So the ED officer said curtly, no, we are in a restricted area of the airport, so you cannot come and meet him. If you transfer the money, after that he'll be released on bail, he'll come and meet you. So he gave a Government of India, what he said was a Government of India bank account, and he asked her to deposit 20 lakhs, and then he will allow Ritesh to come out, be released on bail. So Anushri by this time was so panicky, her brain was not working properly, and she thought maybe this is really Ritesh is in big trouble, and she must help him out because she was very much emotionally attached to Ritesh. So she went ahead and she transferred the money of 20 lakhs to this so-called Government of India bank account. So after this was done, she waited for Ritesh to turn up, but Ritesh did not turn up. So she called Ritesh, and she called the ED officer, but both the numbers were coming switched off. It was then, late in the night, she finally realized that she has been scammed out of 25 lakhs. So she was majorly depressed, majorly upset, and she was so depressed that she stopped meeting her friends, stopped taking their calls, stopped opening the door of her apartment. So finally everybody became extremely concerned, and one of the neighbors called her daughter to explain that Anushri was not opening her door. So the daughter immediately flew from London to Delhi and banged. After coming home, she banged and banged on the door, and finally Anushri opened the door. Once she saw that her daughter was there, she burst into tears. And her daughter coaxed and cajoled her gradually, and finally she told her daughter the entire story. And the daughter was sorry for her mother, and she said, okay, whatever happened has happened, don't worry about it, but at least let's go and inform the police about your ordeal. So what happened was that when they went to the police station, and when the police was actually going through her phone, they found that a tracking app was installed in her phone. So they asked, "Did you have? Do you? Why did you install this tracking app?" And she said, "No, I have never installed any tracking app." Then she recalled that Ritesh had once asked her, sent her a link and asked her to download an app, saying that this app would make their chats and their calls more secure. So what has happened is Ritesh is actually a part of a gang who are scamming lonely people, and what they did was they put in install a tracking app so that they could track her movements. Not only that, they could actually, this app could also record her audio calls, and they could access her contacts also. So basically they were monitoring her without her knowledge. That's the reason when she was coming from the Delhi airport in the cab, Ritesh called Anushri, because this was a very psychologically weak moment for her. She was expecting to meet her the man she was falling in love with, and she was highly disappointed. So this was psychologically very weak moment for her, and she would be very easily manipulated at this point of time. Right. So the scammers, they scammed Anushri out of 25 lakhs, and this money was never recovered. So what do we learn from these stories? So in the case of Ram, we learned that never accept WhatsApp audio or video calls from unknown numbers. It's very important. There is a lot of, many things can happen if you take calls from unknown numbers. And in the case of Anushri, she made a number of mistakes. First thing, she had set her Facebook profile to public. That means anybody could access all her posts at any point of time. And she posted personal things like her husband was dead and how much she missed her husband, right? And she, again, in the basic information, she had put her actual date of birth, where she was located, everything. So these scammers basically knew that she was a elderly woman who was lonely, and she openly admitted, and by putting that Facebook post about her dead husband, she was openly telling the whole world basically that she was lonely, right? So these were the few things in the Facebook profile only that she made the mistakes. The next mistake that she made was she accepted a friend request from an unknown person, even though that person appeared to be somewhat in her same societal status, was a doctor, same societal status as her husband, maybe was an old friend of her husband, but she was not sure, right? So she should not have accepted that friend request from an unknown person. The next mistake that she made was she responded to his Facebook messages, and later on they exchanged phone numbers, and then she allowed him to send her a link, and where she installed an app about which she knew nothing, right? So all these things are huge mistakes, and she paid a heavy price by paying up 25 lakhs. But that is not the only price that both Ram and Anushri paid. There was also the mental trauma. In the case of in the case of Ram, what happened was that he was traumatized because he is a widower, and here are some unknown people who are accusing him of having online sex. So, and our society being so judgmental, people will jump to the conclusion that he really was indulging in online sex. And he was worried what his friends, his acquaintances, what his children will think about him, right? So he was very ashamed, and the scammers were taking advantage of his shamefulness to extort money from him. In the case of Anushri also, she lost trust in all people, and she felt stigmatized by society. She didn't want she was aware that the whole world came to know, one, what a fool she was, and then she was trying to have a affair at this age of her life, which is nothing wrong, but our society is very judgmental, and she was worried what the society would think about her, what her daughter would think about her. And in a way, these sextortion cases are highly traumatizing for the victims, and in many cases, many victims have actually committed suicide. So you should be extremely cautious while setting up your Facebook profile. Put your Facebook profile to only friends or something like that, so that only your friends can view your posts. Don't post deeply personal, feeds, stories in your feeds. Never accept WhatsApp or video calls, and never exchange numbers with unknown friends whom you have never met. Never accept online friend requests, Facebook friends requests, or Instagram face requests from people who you don't know about. So that is all as of now. Thank you.